Are you searching for the best running shoes? In this video, I'll show you my top 5 running shoes that I tested this year. All product links are in the description box below. Check them out after the video. First up, the Under Armour HOVR Sonic 7 sneaker. In today's market, a $110 running shoe is almost unheard of, making the Under Armour Sonic 7 a standout exception. The shoe is for new runners looking for an entry-level performance trainer and runners on a budget searching for a premium lightweight model. Compared to the previous iteration, this one has a cleaner, more modern look with fewer cutouts. Other big updates include a softer and lighter hover midsole and a lower stack height at 26 millimeters, unheard of in 2025. Despite its low height, our testers were satisfied with the Sonic 7's support. This shoe is a budget shoe, but doesn't feel like a low-end shoe, said tester Shane Murray, who previously tested the $100 Brooks Revel 7. It hugs the foot in the right places, is comfortable, and feels a little plush. Running in them, you even get a little bounce. Because the shoe is lightweight and springy, testers gravitated toward it for speed work and even race days. The only critique was its slightly narrow fit, which may feel a smidge tight on wide-footed runners. I think the shoe runs a little small, said Murray. This was not a problem for me, but I do feel there are some wearers who will have to go up a half size. Next, we have the Brooks Ghost 17 neutral running shoe. The Ghost always hits the right marks for every kind of runner at every level. Soft, supportive cushioning, all-encompassing comfort, not too light, not too heavy. There's always room for improvement, however. When our testers ran in previous models, their main request was more cushioning in the forefoot. Brooks listened. The shoe development team added 1 millimeter of foam to the heel and 3 millimeters to the forefoot. Previously, the drop was 12 millimeters. Like walking on clouds, said Leslie Bilowich, who runs with a forefoot strike. The shoe is very lightweight, snug, and comfortable. The Ghost's cushioning continues to evolve with DNA Loft V3 foam, which was used in the Glycerin 21 and Glycerin GTS 21. It's another reason why the Ghost 17 feels even softer than the previous version. There was a nice, smooth transition from the landing phase to push-off, said another tester. This shoe had the utmost comfort. Third on the list is the AS6 Nova Blast 5 running shoes. The first Nova Blast was one of the bounciest shoes we've ever run in. It was insanely fun, if chaotic. But that doesn't work well for the masses, so AS6 tightened things up to the point that the fourth iteration was almost too hard and lifeless. The 5 has gotten softer, however, thanks to the new FF Blast Max cushioning, which is lighter, softer, and more comfortable. Thankfully, it's also remarkably stable. It's a great option as a versatile daily trainer that can be used for easy jogs and longer training runs, but it doesn't feel like it holds you back if you decide to push the pace. It's about the same weight as the Cumulus 27, but the difference is in the ride. That shoe is all about laid-back comfort, whereas this one encourages a little pep. There's a lot of foam. 41.5 millimeters stack under the heel puts it into super trainer territory, 40.5 millimeters, women's, but it doesn't feel nearly as soft and squishy as similarly thick trainers. The main complaint from our testers centered on the shoe's outsole. It doesn't offer the best traction on various surfaces or when navigating turns, noted Greg Jandel, a fastwear tester who clocked a 66-minute half marathon in March. I noticed it struggles in icy, snowy, and wet conditions. While it's manageable, you're likely to experience a few slips here and there. Fourth on the list is the Nike Alphal 3 road racing shoes. In recent years, Nike's Vaporfly, not the Alphal, despite its marathon-focused design, has led the front pack at major marathons. With the revamped Alphal 3, Nike set out to change that, aiming to make the shoe more appealing to a wider range of runners, including its own elite athletes. The brand focused on 4 major upgrades, delivering a smoother transition, reworking the arch for better stability and less irritation, trimming down weight, and preserving its signature energy return. The most obvious change addresses that first point. The shoe visually looks like an all-new model with the sole fully connected by foam. Previous versions of the shoe had an awkward break right behind the Zoom Air units, highlighting the carbon fiber plate under the midfoot. Now, Zoom X foam runs the length of the shoe, including the few millimeters between the rubber outsole and air units, an update we saw in V2 to increase energy return and make the shoe run quieter. It felt faster than the Alphal too, one tester said, and it was easier to get on and off. That is important because it addresses the second issue Nike looked to solve. The shoe still has a knit, booty-like construction that is snug and really hugs the foot, but it's more forgiving. You can get your foot into the opening more easily, and, once it's inside, truly appreciate the slightly wider platform, especially through the midfoot. The extra width not only applies to the footbed, where you feel it most under your arch, but all the way down to the ground to help boost overall stability. Nike broadened the midfoot of the shoe when it filled in the gap with foam. Even better, Nike widened the carbon fiber plate on the medial side of the midfoot. That makes sense on paper. A wider platform underfoot, pushing down on foam that makes more contact with the road, will result in a more stable foundation. And finally, we have the Brooks Calera 8 Ultra Trail running shoe. The Calera is an ultra trail shoe, outfitted with raised sidewalls and a broader base for more stability. Its stack height is 38.5 millimeters, which includes 4 millimeters lugs that can take on rugged terrain. A shoe intended for high mileage calls for a plush but firm midsole, which is why the Calera 8 has the same foam as the Glycerin 21. Nitrogen-infused DNA Loft V3 offers cushioned support at a lighter weight. What I liked most is the fit, protection, and lacing, said tester Jonathan Zigovitz, who trains at 8:30 pace. I felt secure running on a variety of surfaces. The toe box felt roomy, but not to the point where I would slide around in the shoe. In addition, I felt confident with the grip it provided both on inclines and declines, and when transitioning from gravel to road to grass. Another tester said, "This shoe has the comfort, support, and stability to gobble up tons of miles, and the traction to do so without wearing down in tough conditions."